No. What the heck is going on here?
Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Cavendish Arms. This is Comedy Virgins. Comedy Virgins, the night for comedians to try out new material or comedians to try comedy for the very first time. What does that mean, ladies and gentlemen? It means we've got no idea what we've got for you to watch tonight. It could be the good, it could be the bad, it could be the ugly, it could be funny, it could not. I don't know, I'm not censoring it. It's my job to keep you excited, clapping, screaming and shouting. So whatever you see, you think you liked it. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm jumping up and down, clapping, screaming and shouting. I'm actually in a room on my own, with a phone tied to a hat stand, and I'm pretending. I want you to pretend with me, ladies and gentlemen. Let's pretend everything's normal. Let's pretend we're watching comedy in a venue. Hopefully it's our venue, the Cavendish Arms. So if you're watching on YouTube, this isn't passive. You've got to join in. If you're watching on YouTube, clapping, screaming, shouting, bang the walls, wake up your neighbours. I know if you're doing it. I know if you're not. I will be banging on your door. Make some noise if you're on YouTube and send some comments. Thumbs up, comments. Let the comedians know. Why should you let them know? Why do they need to know what you think? Because they've been starved of affection, ladies and gentlemen. For 3 months, the only people laughing at their jokes are their partners, their flatmates, the cats, or their dogs. And those that live alone are simply laughing at themselves. So you've got to give it to them. Let them know what you think. So let's have a look. Where are these people, Shirley? Let's see the comedians. Everybody give you a big wave. Let's have a look in the dressing room. There they are. They're the people that are going to make you laugh tonight, ladies and gentlemen. So, without further ado, let's kick off the show. Let's start the clapping, start the screaming, start the shouting. Comedians, that means you. You're the only ones who can be screaming and shouting. If you're watching at home, you can join in too. Let's welcome to the stage and the screen the first act of the night. It's the fabulous, the amazing Mr. Philip Henderson. Where are you?
Yay!
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
The 3 worst things about the pandemic so far, and it's not all of the death. 1, being told to sing happy birthday every time we wash our fucking hands. You patronising Tory bastards. We all know how to count to 20, even if we didn't go to Eton. It's fine. Second thing, clap for the NHS. Controversial one. Okay? Nice idea. Not sure about the slogan, a bit confusing, because for years I've been saying it the other way around. NHS for the clap seems to roll off the tongue more easily. The third thing, when we ran out of hand sanitizer, a couple of months back, I was having to search online to see whether I could use vodka as hand sanitizer. You can't, but tell you what I found out. you can use hand sanitizer as vodka. These are real articles I found. Teens getting drunk on hand sanitizer.
Yeah.
This is from the New York Times. Don't drink the hand sanitizer. And my personal favorite, BuzzFeed's 14 things you need to know about drinking hand sanitizer. I've only got time to read you 2 of them, so I'll give you my favorites. 1, drinking hand sanitizer can cause diarrhea, blindness, memory loss, and damage to your internal organs. And number 2, drinking hand sanitizer will get you drunk really fast. Swings and roundabouts, I guess. Right, that's me.
Yay!
If you watch it on YouTube, let us know what you think. Duncan Owen, I happen to know that you're watching. Please give us some comments. Come on, join in. You can play. Let us know what you think. I'm going to get the next act on for you, ladies and gentlemen. As soon as those comedians start clapping, screaming, and shouting, come on, guys. Come on, come on, let's see your hands. Clap until they're blurring. Let's welcome to the stage the amazing Mr. Gary Walsh. Come on, Gary, where are you?
Yeah.
What's happening, Comedy Virgins? Now, hello to anyone who's seen me before. And if you haven't seen me before, let's get something out of the way right now, because it's going to bother you the whole time and you're going to be sick the whole time. But yes, you are right. This is what happens when Harry Potter goes to a shit school. Just in case you don't see it. Muggles. As we all know, the NHS, in 2020, the NHS has been pushed to breaking point. And to make it even worse, Rick Ashley says he's going to do a free concert. And finally, when I do gigs, after I come off the stage, people ask me, what's my social status? And I'm upper working class. Now, what that means is I'm a retired drug dealer. Now, when I retired, I didn't get no gold watch, but they did let me keep the company phone, so that was all right. You know, it was like any other job. It had its ups and downs. I didn't get a pension. I did. Oh, fuck it. That was me anyway. That was 1 minute.
That's great.
Gary's been struggling. He's had to make his jumper out of the curtains in his flat. Look at that. Gary, Primark's open again. You don't need to make your own clothes anymore. Gary Walsh, give him a round of applause.
Hey!
On YouTube, let him know what you think. Send him a message. Give him some emojis. Give him some thumbs up. Send him some claps. Send him some love. Comedians, we're going to get the next act on. Let's start the clapping, start the cheering, start the shouting. I'm giving it everything. You give it everything as well. Clap as fast as you can. Come on. Philip Henderson, let's see those arms moving. You can move them faster than that, sir. And we welcome to the stage. It's Mr. Michael McEwen.
There we go.
Michael, come on, mate. There he is.
Hello.
That's
Okay,
it, fella.
I'm going to do this quick because I might fuck it up in the middle. All right. This is a song, and it's called "The Loving Ballad of a Widowed House Husband." Come on. Here we go. Poisoned by my wife for the best years of my life. Poisoned by my wife, then she died. She always locked me in my room and only ever fed me gruel. Now she's gone, maybe I'll get let outside. And then I'd walk out of the house and the song would be finished.
Michael! It's Michael's girlfriend, Fran's birthday. That is his treat for her.
I know, it's terrible. That would come out of my brain.
Send us
That would come
something
out of my
better
brain.
than that, please.
That's a good song. You don't even write songs. How would you judge that?
I can't understand a word he's saying. I'm just going to carry on bouncing around, shouting, screaming, and waving my arms around to fill the embarrassment. Please, welcome to the stage. Next act, start the clapping, start the screaming, start the shouting, ladies and gentlemen. Please, welcome Mr. Leslie Carr.
Guys, turns out I don't need face app to make me look funny. Because lockdown naturally has turned me into Chewbacca's granddad. This isn't fair, guys. It's cruel. But I'll tell you what, lockdown has also made it more difficult for me to resist my wife's advances. You know, in the living room, in the kitchen table, on the internet with other people. I'm talking about Scrabble, guys. She is absolutely unbeatable. And she's got this weird strategy by using all the offcuts from the dictionary. You know, the little 2-letter words like QI. No one's ever seen them in print. And I just can't compete. To me, Scrabble's just become tidying up an alphabetic spaghetti spillage. It's no fun. It's a really bad loser. But I'll tell you what, I'm not the first, because I looked it up and Scrabble was actually invented by a guy called Fred Butts. 2 T's, weird spelling, don't get me started. But it was in 1938. 1938. What happens the next year? We all know Hitler tries to combine Germany and Poland, but Germlandpoli was disqualified as not an official Scrabble word. It was this terrible international incident. So, look, what I need to get through lockdown is tranquilizers with a triple letter score to put the Z on. Okay,
Mr. Leslie Carr, you're watching on YouTube. Let us know what you think. Send him some comments, send him some thumbs up, send him some clap. Mr. Leslie Carr. Genius. Let's start the clapping for the next one. Start the cheering, start the whooping. Let's welcome to the stage and the screen, Mr. Josh Trigger. Come on, Josh.
Hello. So it was Father's Day yesterday. Something I realised is that you definitely categorically cannot call it Daddy's Day. Somewhat changes the meaning. Bit concerning. On the other hand, though, you can call Mother's Day Mummy's Day, right? Just sounds kind of posh, right? And like on this whole thing, I found that flipping the genders on things can give a bit of a different perspective, right? So, for example, if a guy hates using condoms, then that's inconsiderate of the consequences, right? But if a woman hates using femidoms, absolutely fair enough. What the hell are they? Like, seriously, who the hell thought femidoms were a good idea, right? What else is that? So if it... Okay. So if a guy gets stiff, right, you know, that's normal. Right? But if a woman does, that's rigor mortis. So been watching a lot of crime shows during lockdown, to be fair. And lastly, you know, it's a bit of a classic, right? You know, if a woman becomes an engineer, then she's labelled a female engineer, right? Female engineer. But if a guy becomes an engineer, and well, you know, he's just a bit of a loser, really. All right, that's everything from me.
Yay! Clapping himself.
It's all you're going to do. Just let him know. He just needs to know. Shelly,
Yes.
is the dog with you?
He's not. No, is he with you?
No.
Because I've got a daughter looking for a dog here.
All right, we've lost the dog. See,
Yeah.
We've got this dog, right, and it didn't used to be scared. But since we started lockdown and we started 3 times a week doing this show, he doesn't like the clapping, the screaming, and the shouting. And he runs off. It's gone to the point where Shirley's just got to get the HD lead out.
The HDMI lead, and he's
HDMI
petrified.
lead.
Yeah, he's
And he
petrified.
runs off.
Yeah, absolutely petrified.
Absolutely petrified.
Yeah.
So we don't know where he is.
No.
Dog.
He wanted to go, so I let him out the door, thinking that one of the kids was going to be there, and one of the kids
Right.
just came in and said, "Where's Alf?" So
Right.
no.
Oh, well, never mind. That's just a little bit about our dog not liking clapping, cheering, and shouting. But I do. I like it. We're going to do some clapping and cheering and shouting now as we invite the next act on stage. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the Lord of the East Riding. It's Dave C. Tranmere.
Yay!
Yes, Dave.
I know about dogs. We've all got these things in life, like jobs and sports and hobbies that can take out a toll on our bodies. I'm no different. I'm the same as everybody. I experience long-term pain. And I've been looking at pain on the internet, and apparently the best form of pain relief is natural. And I've heard about this woman, Margaret. You won't know her. She's imaginary, and also she's rather standoffish. But she uses yoga. She was pulled over by her dog when it ran off to chase an hedgehog and bite it. And she uses yoga to get rid of the pain. I've got similar situations to her. I have pain. And I've been trying yoga for that reason. And it's working a bit. I've had a lot of time on my hands at the moment because they won't let me out of my house for some reason. I don't know why. I ain't even done out. I can see the similarities between her and me. Mostly it's the pain. And so I've been using all my time to look up on the internet about yoga. It's been lovely using yoga. It's made my back and my neck feel so much better. But what it had done, it had got rid of the pain of the hedgehog spans from inside my gums and mouth. Nanny says that the very best means of pain relief are prevention. She's always going, if you didn't go around chasing animals all the time and biting them, these things wouldn't happen in the first place. Yeah, right, that's going to happen. A man's got to have interests. Silly Nanny. Get off! Get off! Bullshit! Get off! Anyway, now I'm trying Reiki to see if I can get rid of the irritation from having bits of Nanny stuck in my esophagus. Silly Nanny.
I can tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that's the very first time he's ever tried stand-up, and he's doing it. Give him a round of applause. Give him some clap. Give him some
drink.
Give him some thumbs up. Ladies and gentlemen, next up, we've got the amazing Mr. Liam Gardner. Where are you, Liam?
There he is.
Here he is.
Hey guys, so I don't know if anyone saw this, but about a month ago on the news there was an anti-lockdown protest in Hyde Park and police estimated crowds of about 3 dozen. You know, I hear that and I'm like, bro, that's like 36 people. You can just count them, man. Like, keep an eye on those idiots, make sure they get home all right, you know? But like, you can't really blame them because they were scared. Like, you know, I was scared too. I was panicked. I'm going to say it. I was paranoid, man. Like, the government said you can only have 2 loaves of bread. So in my head, I'm thinking, right, that's 1 loaf for me. And then the second loaf, I go to the park, I can catch 3 squirrels and 4 pigeons. And then I was being stupid. Like, turns out pigeons, big net, squirrels, no chance. So yeah, but when I go outside, I'm good, you know. I've got the mask on, hand sanitizer, I stick to the 2 meters and all of that. But I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I've been drinking from the fridge milk since I was like 14. And if I find a sweet on a bus and it's still in the wrapper and it's not too melted, I'm gonna eat that shit. Like, I'm immune to shit the government doesn't even know about yet, mate. I fuck tiger blood. I've got pigeon blood inside me, man. That's my minute. Cheers, guys. Thank you.
That was Mr. Liam Gardner. What do you think? If you watch on YouTube, send him a message. Send him some emojis. Send him some thumbs up. Send him some comments. Let you know what you thought of him. I mean, come on, he's revealing his inner secrets. The best you can do, the most you can do is at least let him know what you thought. You can do it. Next, we've only got a couple of acts left. Please stay with me. Start the clapping, start the cheering, start the shouting, start the whooping. Come on, comedians, make some noise. Welcome to the stage, the grand operatic, melodramatic, fairy extravaganza of a man, Mr. Cedric Aubert. Come on.
Guys, amazing news. I'm part of the 10%. That's right, part of the top 10%. Let me explain. I started the confinement like everyone starts the New Year's, with good intention. Wake up, 9 o'clock, every day to do PE with Joe Wicks. 1 million people did it with me. Second week, 600,000. Week 3, 100,000. I was one of them. Week 4, I have no idea. I was in bed like the rest of you. But that's good enough for me. That's good enough for me. You know, I'm part of the 10% that did it week 3. And inside, you know, I'm better than 90% of you, you suckers. It's all I need to know to make me feel good.
Sorry, Cedric, did you just come on to be mean to us?
To show off a little bit, I have a lot of steam to blow. Sorry.
No, it's like the problem with lockdown is we do run out of people to be mean to. You're quite right. We're quite lucky. We've got about 5 or 6 kids, so we've got quite a lot of people to be mean to. But if you were living with just one person, I can see why you come on here and be mean. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching on YouTube, please let's be mean to Cedric.
No.
Austin.
Not really. Let him know what you think. Send him some love. Send him some support. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the last act of the evening. I happen to think that the last act deserves as much love and support as the first act, so I'd like to see every comedian on the screen with their hands in front of their faces like this, moving them as fast as they can. Do it until your hands blur as we welcome to the stage the wonderful, amazing, brilliant Mr. Stephen.
Hello. Yes, well, I'm Stephen. Normally, my lovely dog Hamlet joins me at this point, but he's actually in the other room sleeping. It's been quite hard for us, you know, during lockdown. We've been going round and round in circles, or as I call it, going for a walk. And as you may know, as well as being blind, I have OCD. And so lockdown's been pretty hard for me. I mean, in the early days, I'd get up in the morning, wash my hands. Very dull days. And I tried to use via Zoom silent group meditation via Zoom. That doesn't work for me. I logged in, heard nothing. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong or if they were doing it right. And I found myself listening recently to audiobooks. I was listening to a book by the Marquis de Sade. Has anyone heard of the Marquis de Sade?
Yeah.
He was an 18th century philosopher cum pornographer, wrote works like The Philosophy in a Bedroom and so on, and very violent, very graphic, very obscene. And he was locked up, in fact, for obscenity in the Bastille in France. And in order to get revenge, he just continued, and he wrote 120 Days of Sodom. It basically a case of, think that's disgusting, check this out. Basically, what I'm talking about here, ladies and gentlemen, is a man locked up indefinitely without any possibility of release, with nothing but his disgusted, fetid little imagination to keep him company. Reading the Marquis de Sade. Thank you. I'm Stephen. Thank you.
Let him know what you think. Send him some messages. Send him some emojis. Send him some thumbs up. Ladies and gentlemen, Comedy Virgins. It's been at the Cavendish Arms for 12 years. We do it every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Sunday afternoon and Saturday. We put on around about 300 to 400 comedians a month, around about 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 comedians a year, including our competitions. It's all about giving aspiring artists somewhere to perform. New acts, aspiring artists, musicians, burlesque artists, comedians. Right now, I'm in front of a TV in my bedroom because the pub's closed. We're not selling any beer. And we're not paying any of our bills. We have no money. We're doing a crowdfunder. We've got about 6 days left. We need to raise £20,000. If we raise £20,000, we can pay the bills and the staff until around about December, even if people only come in 2 meters apart drinking a beer. Please, please help us. Donate some money on our crowdfunder. Please, please. If we raise more than 20, we'll put on more and more subsidized shows. The more we raise, the more we can put comedians on without big audiences. Oh no, that's open mic. Anyway, the more you raise, the more to put people on and do stuff for people, let people rehearse. We're going to create stuff for people to do, but we need to raise some money to do it. So please help us. At this point, often I just keep talking and begging and asking and pleading, and Shirley will decide how long she wants me to keep going for. She's left me for up to 10 minutes before, asking for money for Virgins for the Cavendish Arms so we can support new and inspiring artists. We'll even support some old and uninspiring artists. We don't really mind. We'll support absolutely anybody who wants some stage time. We'll give them stage time. They can perform.